What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog, and I figured I'd give a video. I actually was doing some late night Randbats recording. Well, not recording. Randbats playing with a good buddy of mine named David, who was in the NBA server. And I kid you not, I beat the man roughly 10 times in a row until he finally got a win against me. So I figured I'd show some highlights of some of the funniest moments of the games. And just gotta go over like how funny it was, and just go over how hilarious this is all was. So enjoy the battles. So in game one, in one of the games we first off did, I had a gold duck with Calm Mind with sub, and these are all Rambats, by the way. These are sets that are uncontrolled by most players. And David, for some reason in this one, just kept leaving his artillery in, trying to get Moody Boost, which is respectable, but that just lets me get set up for more Calm Minds. Goes for the Hydro Pump, which then eventually breaks my sub. But of course, knowing the player that I am, I have to, of course, click sub again. Because it is what I have to do. He actually lands the Gunk Shot, and Gunk Shot is not even enough. If he had realized he got an attack drop, he would have been able to have enough. Then he brings out Jirachi. I go for another Calm Mind. He goes for Body Slam to break my sub, of course, since he already had Gunk Shotted it earlier. And Skull does a nice chunk to this Rachi. He's going to go for the para with Body Slam, and David is unlucky at counter 1. He does not get it, and I get a kill with this Golduck. Then he brings out the Pile of Sand and goes for Dark Pulse, gets a flinch, so he gets a little bit of justice. Then he goes for the Dark Pulse again, trying to flinch me. I go for the sub again, and at this point in time, I'm in a position now to just Scald, kill off this Pile of Sand, and just kind of claim something else on his team. But boom, he tricked me with an illusion of his Zoroark instead. Then he brings back the artillery. I'm skeptical to see how much this does, and it does nearly 50%, which is pretty crazy that how much Golduck is strong. I mean, yeah, he's +3, but I didn't think he'd do that much. Then he got the +2 in Spadef, so I had to go first here. I was thinking of just going for sub right here, just because I want to make sure I do have enough health. And eventually, if he does break my sub, I do have enough to get another sub going here. But now I got to start going on the offense, so I had to go for a Focus Blast here. And even with +2 Spadef, that did so much damage. And I think at this point in time, I have to go for another Focus Blast to try to get the kill here and to try to make sure he can't be able to do much to me. I go for the Focus Blast. I do miss, which is unfortunate. But now I'm in a position here where I either have to go for the hit or I'm going to have to go for the misplay. I went for the hit as he went for the Hydro Pump, and then I missed my Focus Blast. Then he is going to go ahead and go for, I believe, another Hydro Pump. He does connect. I did decide to go for the offense again, hit the Focus Blast. I do connect this time, getting rid of this. And then that's when he brings out a freaking Mewtwo. He had a Mewtwo this whole entire time, and he could have gotten rid of me. But no, he left the Mewtwo in. And for anyone wondering, I think I had like Garchomp, Solgaleo, Sylveon, and then he just set up an Amazing Ball. Oh, David. And this Bulu is about to sweep David because it kills off his Pile Slant, it kills off his Mewtwo, and it's going to kill off his Grimmsnarl. He went for the bulk up there, which I don't know why he did that. Because you see, I'm going to kill him in 2 hits. He actually went for the offense there. Crit did not matter, as you can clearly see I would have killed him. And then the Bulu is going to come in and take off the Pilosyn. So apparently I know how to use a Scarf Bulu and to use a Calm Mind Golduck. So, fun stuff you like to see. Let's get into another match here against David here. And let's kick it off with this matchup, which was by far my favorite matchup we had, because this was a good matchup. So he goes into his Clefable. He's clicking Calm Mind. I'm gonna go ahead and click Thunderwave myself because I am actually a different Clefable set than he is. He is Life Orb Magic Guard. I am Magic Guard with Defense. As I'm gonna bring in my Entei. It unfortunately gets critted. I go for the Sacred Fire, and then he gets parried. I'm going for the Sacred Fire again. In comes the Mantine. It takes a pretty good chunk. I go back to my Vaporeon as he's gonna click Skulls for He even said he knew I was gonna do that, but he still clicked it anyways.
But I go ahead and click Toxic here. He clicked Toxic. We're both Toxic now. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Magirna now because there's no way he can touch this thing. And even if he tries to burn me, that's fine. I go for the agility. Excuse me. I go for the agility here. I was agility, calm mind, fluid cannon, and flash cannon. But I go right into my Shedinja as he cannot touch the Shedinja now. I'm going to set up a 3 SD in front of this thing. Thinking, there's no way this Articuno can touch me unless he goes for Hurricanes and lands it, but he reveals to have Toxic, which is bad news bear. I don't miss my Poltergeist as I'm going to go ahead and knock him out, and Shedinja dies. Then I go ahead and bring up back my Entei here, go for the Stone Edge as I know that Mantine's coming in, and I miss, which is bad news bears. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge again because I'm real, and then bam, land it, connect, and knock out the Mantine. He goes now Rotom Wash back in. I go right into Clefable as he's actually going to go for the Volt Switch. I'm going to live the hit. Really, he's going to go right into his Articuno. I thought I was faster for a second there, so I was going to get rid of his Articuno, but apparently I must have misread speeds because he's actually faster, and I'm not going to get the kill on him. So what I'm going to do here is actually I'm going to Soft Boil as he clicks Roost here again. He actually had an Articuno in a different matchup we had, too. They actually botted me before he put a massive losing streak against me. So I'm just going to Soft Boil here again as he's going to go Freeze Dry here. I believe I Soft Boil one more time. You know, I go right into my Foulings here. As he goes for the Heal Bell, which is a smart play here, I go for the Rock Slide, predicting him to pretty much stand. I almost clicked Close Combat, but I couldn't risk the switch there. I put my Foulings right back in line. As I bring up Michael Fable, he goes for the Thunderbolt, predicting I was going to bring in the Vaporeon that time. And right here, I'm going to go for the Soft Boil here, making sure I can get as healthy as I possibly can. As he's going to go right into his Clefable, I believe I went for the Soft Boil there. I'm going to go ahead and click Moonblast here, try to knock him out. As I do get special attack drop, he's going to Soft Boil himself. I'm going to go ahead and just get this thing paralyzed. I would rather have this thing paralyzed than be able to do much against me. He's going to Soft Boil up again. I'm going to bring back my Entei here, as he cannot really do anything. He actually brings in the Articuno. I decided to go for the Stone Edge again because I do know it's one of my best plays and it does knock out the Articuno. I take a big of a risky play here. I go for the Stone Edge again. He actually tricks me the choice band into the choice scarf. Then he, some reason, tricks me right back instead of just going for the offensive move against me. But that's why I allow myself to go into my Vaporeon here. He is going to click that Hydro Pump. And knowing that he's locked into Hydro Pump, I can make an appropriate switch right here. As he's going to go into the Articuno. And I believe I go right back into my Entei. And now at this point, Entei gets to click Flare Blitz for free. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this Rotom Wash. As now he's going to be bringing out the Clavel. I'm just clicking Flare Blitz. And that did good damage there. And he is going to go for the Moonblast. Does knock me out, but at this point in time, it does not matter because Magirna now comes in. I click Flash Cannon, get rid of this Clefable. He is going to go right actually into a Lilligant here. I'm going to go ahead and click Flash Cannon. And as he misses Sleep Powder, and I actually went for Flare Cannon. And I was laughing hysterically, but at the same time, I was just feeling so bad. He goes for Sleep Powder again. I go ahead and click Ice Beam here again, just to guarantee the kill and force him to try to kill me here. He actually goes into the Arctozolt, which is actually a very interesting play on his end right there. But I decided I'm going to go ahead and sack off my Vaporeon. I don't really need it for anything, so I'm going to click Scald and again burn him, which is just too funny, man. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Some will say I was lucky against him and everything, but it's just not luck, guys. It really isn't just luck. But now I go into my filings here, and I just start clicking Rock Slide. I get KOs, and if I don't get KOs, I set Magirna up to basically win the game. So he goes into the Articuno. I click Rock Slide. The Articuno, being a badass Pokemon that it is, lives the hit. It's going to knock me down, and he freezes me. But that's when I go right into my Magirna. I'm going to go ahead and Agility up, and there is nothing David can do at this point. He legitimately cannot do anything. Flash Cannon spam now just wins unless I get frozen. Which, spoiler alert, I don't get frozen. And I am going to beat David here 3-up. And this was honestly a really good game. Like, this was 100% a good game between me and David. Yeah, a little bit of hacks got involved, but this is overall a fantastic game. One of the best games I've actually ever played, too. Because I really played really, really well around this team, which is really, really cool. So another interesting game about David. I actually want to say that one last. That was really funny. These other ones are just super funny because some of them he does. Let's actually watch this one again. This was after I think a certain matchup or some sort of. He actually had a Kyurem White in one of the replays, and then I got Kyurem White. I go ahead and go for the Earth Power here, predicting he was going to make a swap up into a Steel type potentially. He does go that. I go for the Draco right here, and that does a nice chunk to him. He's going ahead and Expanding Force and actually just straight knock me out because he's Life Orb, but that's why. I go into my Bronzong here. He goes for Mystical Fire. It's not going to kill me because Bronzong is a beast. I'm going to go ahead, go for the Iron Head, knock this thing out, so we're looking good as gravy right there. Then he is going to go ahead and bring out his Sand Slash here. He's going to go ahead and click Knockoff, which is a really safe middle ground play right there, because it did relatively kill me. But now I have to go into my Tinkerbell here, and right as I click Sticky Web, he clicked Rapid Spin, which was a god tier read. Amazing read by David right there. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Moonblast here, which relatively looks like it 2 KOs him here. I'm going to hopefully get the high roll, and unfortunately do not get the high roll, as he is going to go Rapid Spin again. He actually revealed not to even have a rock type move. He didn't even click Earthquake when he really realistically should have clicked Earthquake. Because now if he goes into something, I can get Sticky Webs up like this Calyrex. Sticky Webs are now here to stay on his side of the field as Rocks are pretty much there to stay on the field. I go for the Moonblast, which isn't going to be enough to break his sub. He's going to go ahead and go for the Leech Seed, which is a smart play right there. I'm literally just spamming Moonblast. There's no reason for me not to do that. I get a special attack drop. I see he actually clicks Skid Drain, which is surprising because I thought he would have clicked the Psychic type move right there. But down goes my Rabombi, but now I go ahead and bring in my Thundy, which is Heavy Duty Boots. I click Sludge Wave, and he then goes for the sub. And I'm going to go ahead and just click Sludge Wave again, as he's going to go ahead and click the Leech Seed here. And does connect on his Siege, which is really good right there. Then I decided to just click Sludge Wave. If he brings in something, he brings in something, but he doesn't. Then he brings in his Hitmontop, which I also thought could have possibly had the spin, because those Hitmontop sets do have spin. He did not. He went for the triple axle, and off of the first triple axle, he got burned. I cannot make this stuff up, guys. He is that unlucky against me when it comes to stuff like this. He went for the Toxic, as I decided to go ahead and throw up some layers of spikes. Spikes, as Hugh the Costa Rican would like to say. Spikes. And I basically just let him kill me, essentially. I get 2 layers of spikes up, which is insanely good. I don't know why it's popping up on the screen for you guys, but you saw I got the 2 layers up. Now I have 2 layers of spikes up. He can't really do anything to me. I'm going to go ahead and bring out my Thundy again. Click Thunderbolt, get him a KO. But David once again pulls a David, and he just has a Zygarde, and he doesn't bring out the Zygarde in front of the electric type. So I go into my Mr. Mind Galar, which is not Heavy Duty Boots, and he actually goes for the sub. Very interesting play that he did that. I clicked Freeze Dry here, as he actually went for the Dragon Dance. And even at neutral speed, Zygarde is actually not designed to be faster than most base 95s. I go for Freeze Dry again, knock out the Zygarde, and at this point in time, I can now just beat this Toxapex 1v1. I was tempted to be a dick and click Nasty Plot against him, but I was not wanting to drag out the matchup here for David for so much longer. So I just literally spammed Psychic until he killed me. He did click a Painful Mucker a couple more times. And at this point in time, yeah, David realized he lost, and he was just going to spam it until he got lucky. And did not get as lucky as he would want, and basically went home with another W for this game. So, hold on. I want to make sure that does not get deleted. I think another funny game we'll go over is the one where David got absolutely bodied by a Glastier / Rotom Wash. So, he's off his Mana Buzz. I lead off the Glastier. I go for the Swords Dance here as it was completely free. No, I went for Crash first. Then I went for Swords Dance as he went and got the Sticky Webs up. I go for Crash here, and I go like, boom, flinch. And then I call it. I kid you not, I call it the flinch. I literally did. Then I have my Chilling activate. I am +3. And what's funny is he even admits to me, crap, I'm not unaware. And basically, I just land one move, I kill him. In comes the Lightning Rock. I actually let last year go down because I really don't need this last year. I had pretty good pieces in the back to really kind of handle that last year. I go into my Rotom Wash here as I am Scarf Wash, and I go for the Volt Switch here. Volt Switch was 100% free every single time, and then I brought in my Vikavolt, and I decided to go straight for my webs. The reason I went for my webs first is because I want to make sure his team is really grounded. But Vikavolt, being a beast of a Pokemon, first off gets a special defense drop, which adds on to the meme, but also doing a pretty good chunk to the Latios, and now is just literally going to be able to do so much damage. He's forced to go on the attack, hope to get the kill. He does not. Vikavolt picks up the kill on the Latios. In comes the Mandibuzz. I'm going to go ahead and get some damage off if I can, but nope, Mandibuzz does get the kill. I bring back my Wash, and I literally just spam Thunderbolt. There is nothing else I really need to do. And yeah, I think the rest of my team was like on par, okay, and everything like that. But there was nothing David could have done once webs were up. The rest of his team pretty much just lost to the Rotom at this point because, as you can see, his rest of his team literally had nothing for Rotom. And Rotom is going to clean up this house. And Rotom proving why he is the best one of the best mascots in video gaming. And to rub salt in the wound, let me just para him into full para and then just kill off his Mandibuzz. So yeah, that happened. Now, definitely the second favorite one of the matchups here. This was 100% my second favorite of this one. So he leads off with Heatmore. I lead off with Scorch. And this is where he goes with sub as I click Coil here. And I decided to go for the offensive move this time around as he was going to as well. We were both heavy duty boots, surprisingly enough. But he actually doesn't lose his item. I get to get more damage off of him now, which is great. And he actually goes for the Giga Drain, which is weird. Why? And I got a second coil, which means now there's a second coil. I guarantee knock him out with a knockoff, which is great. And he surprisingly went to Torrent and he clicked Hurricane and he got punished for clicking it because I went for Fire Lash. And surprisingly enough, I did not kill him with that. I decided to stay in, go for the knockoff this time. He does go for the kill, but that's when I just bring in Kyurem. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just click Substitute as it's on my Kyurem set. And he brings in Doug Dimmonome, which is neutralizing gas, not levitate. So I get to get a free sub. I get 2 Earth Powers off and can kill this Weezing. So I went for the Earth Power first time. I actually decided to go for the Earth Power the second time. Figured either he stay in and figure I was going to go for sub or roost, and then just try to get the kill right there. But then he brings out Kyurem White, which is pretty damn funny. I go right into the Sableye, and this Sableye, I don't know what's with me and Sableye, but me and Sableye have a special bond together. I click Recover here just to try to get some HP back, and he misses a Draco Meteor. Sad things are happening right there. Then I believe I go for a second. I go for the knockoff, which somehow was enough to kill a Tornadus, which I don't know how strong Sableye could be able to do that. Then I go ahead and burn his Beware as he sets up a Swords Dance. So it actually kind of ended up being bad because if that was the set I think it was, it had Facade on it, and for some reason I don't think he clicked it unless he had a different set that had Swords Dance with it. So I go ahead, click Flare Blitz as he gets a crit, and at that point in time, he's just done. He just wants the battle to be over with, and he forfeits the match. I never got to know what his last Pokemon is, and I wasn't able to really show off the rest of mine, but the rest of my team wasn't all that great. But now let's get into my personal favorite of the free-for-alls with David here, and we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So with this one, he leads off with the Bisharp, I lead off with Grimmsnarl. I decided to go for the Reflect first, as he went for the Iron Head. Did not do as much damage to me as he wanted to. Bring in my Gyarados, and this is where Gyarados is just going to do Gyarados things. So I'm going to D-Dance first, as he's going to knock off, get rid of my Life Orb, which you're going to see, that doesn't help him right there. Is I'm going to go ahead, DD up again, and start spamming Waterfall against him. He goes knockback again, which I'm very surprised he didn't Sucker Punch me at this point in time, but he now did. I click Waterfall again, get rid of the Bisharp. He goes into his Bronzong, and he revealed that he was going to click Toxic, but as you're going to see right here, I am the luckiest Pokemon player alive, and I get another flinch against David. And he actually clicked Toxic because he was going to click Protect, so Toxic plus that Protect, plus the third turn afterwards, would have been enough probably to get rid of my Gyarados, but now Gyarados literally just gets to click more attacks, gets more Moxie boots, in comes the Conkeldurr, as he's going to Mach Punch. I go for Bounce because I'm a real man. And now Bounce gets to claim something. He lets me kill the Frostmoth, which is basically gone now. Then he goes right back into his Conkeldurr, hoping that Guts Mach Punch now kills. It still doesn't kill Gyarados. I click Bounce again. He sacks off another fighting type that's weak to Bounce. Gyarados now is at +6. And he's now literally just begging me to please let the Gyarados die, not to go for a 6-0. And then I just go ahead and let the Gyarados drop. I then bring in my, I believe it was my Grimmsnarl again. And I decided to click Spirit Break, knowing I could probably live the Mach Punch, which definitely was the right call right there. Because now what I do is I set up the screens right here, basically like Grimmsnarl go down. And now I bring in my Scolipede for free, just click Poison Jab, get a free KO, and knock this thing out. And then he's going to go ahead and bring in the Espeon. Now, I could have probably just went Poison Jab and let something else kill. But I told David, you know what, I'll risk it just for you. I went for the Mega Horn, and it ended up missing and dying with the Espeon. But then I went to Leafeon, which is the MVP of the story here. As the Psychic's going to come off, the Life Orb's going to have, we're going for the X-Scissor damage and put it right in range of Life Orb. And I'm going to beat David once again. as he's gonna die to the life orb. And yeah, that was our fun little session with David. I literally beat the guy roughly around 10 times in a row before he finally got another win after, because he had a few wins before we even went back and forth again. But after this, I think it was the first or second win he had against me, he did not win at all. I wish I had saved the first one, which I think I did. I should have pulled it up if I did. But he actually had a Serena, and I had a Barraskewda left over. It had 20 something percent left. He was gonna click triple axle, which guaranteed knocked me out. He missed his triple axle after I was locked choice banded into close combat, so he basically lost the game to a miss. And just playing with David was just so much fun. The way he was acting, just for comedic effect, was just amazing. If you guys ever want to have a good time, look, definitely hook up my boy David here. He's a good guy, and he just was a good sport about it. He was just doing a lot of comedic effect for it, and it was awesome. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the humor and the laughter of this video, and also the good playing that was on both ends of the spectrum here. Definitely leave a like if you haven't already. Let me know if you want to see more fun videos like this, where I kind of go over some of the matches I've done on Randbats with some of my friends that were just for fun and that were pretty funny to begin with. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. And until next time, guys, peace.